Why are you so offended?
Hey guys, welcome to Nate and Greg's World. We're here in the studio today with Sabby BG, your Indian abroad. As you all know, we're here on this podcast trying to erase some of the ignorance about different cultures and opinions of the different cultures and stuff like that, so that we can have a better diversity, a better understanding of diversity, what people are thinking, how they think about it. So we're really privileged to have you in the studio today, Sabby. This is fantastic.
Super excited to have you here.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like on our channel. And don't forget to go to Sabby BG on YouTube as well. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe on his channel as well. This guy's got some funny fucking shit.
This is funny as shit, man.
And it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that makes three of us. Three funny people.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I've been watching your content, guys. You guys are so damn hilarious. I mean, both of you. I mean, right now we have three people in this room.
Yeah.
And we're just all very funny.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's awesome.
But the difference is we don't try to be funny.
Yeah.
We just idiots.
Yeah.
So we're funny through that. That's the difference.
I think I can learn a thing or two from you guys.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But no, we met you in Brampton, right? It's Brampton? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Brampton.
It's between fucking Brampton and Brantford.
Yeah,
Brampton.
Yeah, it was Brampton, right?
Even I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck, whatever. Some small city that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
I know I go to sleep to a city that has just brown people all around me,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, we met you, and it was like a podcasting kind of instructional
Yeah, it was.
thing. And, we met you there. And after, I got to say, we got introduced to you. We talked to you for a while there. We fucking thought you had the greatest personality. Made us laugh. Watched your videos on YouTube at Sabby BG, and how you do them, and laughed our asses off, man.
Yeah.
Like, it taught you stuff, but it was very humorous and it was funny. Like,
Yes.
it's just amazingly done.
Yeah.
No, thank you guys. When I met you guys for the first time, my feeling was a little different. I was pretty scared of both of you. I didn't take you guys to have such a gentle, nice, noble,
Yeah.
humble, cute personality. So this is
Cute. Cute, eh? I like it.
I now believe that you. I know we're going to talk about different cultures today, but at the end, I think everybody's just the same.
Absolutely.
Once you know somebody a little bit more, you figure out the different colors of them, and there's always some colors that match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like we all love tea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I remember, like there was actually the comment made in the whole podcasting thing when we first started talking and explaining what it was that we were trying to do. And there was the one lady there, I believe it was Deborah, that turned to us and just said, yeah, wow, like I saw you guys and I'm just like, oh my God, dirty bikers, am I in the right spot? Are these guys going to kill me? And stuff like this. We're like, whoa, okay, well, understandable. We do have that look every once in a while, so yeah, it was definitely interesting. There was a lot of quiet people in the room when we were starting to talk. They're like, hey, don't anger the dumb white boys fighting.
But we stick out like sore thumbs no matter what.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can be in a room full of white people. We still stick out.
Yes, that's true.
Right? Like we're dirts.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
So Sabby, you were saying before that you weren't born here in Canada. You were actually born in India. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
I was born in north of India.
North of India.
Yeah.
Okay. Born up there. All right. And so, explain to us, how long were you living over in India, and then moved to Canada? When did you finally come to Canada?
I still remember it was a winter. Cold. It was a cold night in December in 2004.
2004.
But I was very clear that I wanted to go abroad, and I think Hollywood had a big part to play in that, because the first Hollywood movie that I remember that I saw, I mean, I must have seen some others, but E.T. was one of the first movies that I saw when I was a kid, and before the movie could finish, I was thinking about how do I go to the United States of America.
Yeah.
For me, that was the only country abroad at that time. I didn't know any other country because I was, 5 years old. But I had made up my mind that I'm going to go to the United States of America and meet E.T.
Yes.
And that thought
why not? You get to fly around on a bicycle.
Exactly. You know? That was the fun part. So I was pretty clear since I was a kid that I just want to venture out, see new things, meet new kind of people. And when I was 20 years old, this was just 2 years ago now, I may have just given up my age. So 15 years ago, I decided I'm going to come here to do my education, my further education. So I came to Toronto, studied for a year, and then saw the first video that came out on YouTube. Spent the next 8 years just watching people create content.
Yeah.
Started with my own channel 3 years ago, where I do street interviews. So I thought it'll be. I learned so much about people in Canada, and a lot of my stereotypes about Canadian people were broken. That I wanted to share that knowledge with my fellow Indian friends and family back home, and I made a few videos just for them. Yeah. They really liked the videos. Then I just started making more and more videos, and rest is history.
Nice. So 3 years ago, you started your channel.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And because right now, if I'm not mistaken, you're sitting at about 189,000 subscribers on your channel.
Oh, well, it changed to 190,000 last night. So
209?
No, 190.
Oh, 190.
190,000 subscribers.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, because I think I looked at it last week there, and it was 188, and then I just quickly looked at something, and it said like 189, and now you got 2,000 new subscribers in a matter of a week. Yeah, that's crazy.
So 190.
We're catching up, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're at what, 77?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, we're at 77.
But I know you're not too far. Just add a one in the beginning, and I think we'll be there. But guys, I've learned one thing in the social media space. Competition is good.
Yes,
it helps each other.
Yes,
the more Nate and Gregs you will have in the world, the more you will get people to start listening to the kind of content you make, and the more they will come to your content as well. So competition is good.
It is. It is, as well as collaboration, which is one of the big reasons why we got you. We saw what it was that you were doing, and we saw how that could fit with our channel. Like educating other people about Indian culture and stuff like that. And as I said, that's kind of what we're wanting to do. We want to make sure that people are educated so they're not so fucking ignorant. We're pretty ignorant ourselves on a lot of different issues, but that's why we're starting the conversation so that we can continue a conversation to get out all the information, to find out what's the truth and stuff like that. So
it all starts here today.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
The findings.
That's right. So you're married?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah. Did you meet your wife here in Canada or before?
No, I imported my wife from India.
You imported her?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Nice.
And before I imported her, I got into an arrangement to get married to her. So it's called an arranged marriage.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Something we Indians do a lot.
Yes. Yes. And I think we definitely want to. We have that on our list of things to talk about because we want to talk about these arranged marriages and stuff and find out a little bit more about that. But I really want to get back to your YouTube channel. So where did you've explained that the idea was you just wanted to explain to your friends and family, look, this is Canadian culture and stuff like this. And then you started asking, other people questions about India, and as I said, like those videos are absolutely hilarious, because just watching some of the reactions and some of the answers to these videos is... It's funny. Like, I don't know the answers myself, but watching people try to stumble through some of these answers, it's fantastic, So you're getting the information out there, you're actually giving answers as well. So it's great because you're able to actually understand a bit more about Indian culture. And I think that's phenomenal. But where did that whole style of video for you come from? Because to me, it looked a lot like the Rick Mercer's talking with Americans and stuff like that. It looked a lot like that, but it definitely has its own spin on it, and I think it's phenomenal. So where did that style come from?
To be honest, I don't know. Sometimes you try different things, and one of them will click, and that will just become your calling. And I'm not just talking about content, I'm talking about anything in life. I mean, first, why YouTube became my calling is because it's working for me. To be honest, if it was not working for me, I may have given up, because I could have been burnt out. If you're not getting results, sometimes it's important that you pivot and you see what's not working and why it's working and why it's not working. So when I started with a fitness channel.
Okay.
Now, clearly nobody was listening to me.
I completely understand.
Which I'm sure we would not understand why, so that channel did not do well. I posted 6 to 7 videos. Actually, on that channel, my first video was be with me on my 100-pound weight loss journey.
Right.
And the problem was that I was not losing any weight, so people left that journey.
It's a long journey.
It was a long journey.
A never-ending journey.
It was never ending. Although I stopped that channel, but I did lose 135 pounds.
Oh, wow. Fantastic!
And I was on my goal weight, and I quickly got married. So that I get the best deal. And then I was like, okay, now the deal's done. So I've
back to eating pizza and all that other stuff.
I've gained half of that back. So so coming back to the YouTube channel, I then started, after the fitness channel, I started a vlog. I started vlogging. I was like, you know what? I'm just chilling in Canada. I should just vlog. And I started vlogging my daily stuff. And one day in one of my vlogs, I was on Dundas Square in Eden Center. And I was like, instead of me just vlogging about my life, let me ask some people some questions about a new Bollywood movie that came out. And I just took my phone and I asked a few people a few questions, and that vlog did almost 200,000 views.
Holy shit.
So I tried to dissect as to why this vlog worked as compared to my other vlogs that don't even get 5 eyeballs. And I think it was the fact that I was showing an audience something that had a gap. An entertainment gap, right? It was about asking non-Indians about India is something that Indians and people from any culture would want to know, but nobody was providing that entertainment content. So I was like, that's a gap that I can fill. And I started a new channel, a complete street interview, vox pop style channel. I made a bunch of videos, and here's what happened. My first video that I made on that channel in 2014, I made it, I posted it on my channel, and I did not look at my channel for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
I just forgot about it. I got lazy. I don't know what I did. I didn't look at it, and one fine day, one of my friends was like, hey, why don't you just go back and check out how that video did? We opened that video, and that video had 500,000 views.
Holy shit.
And the rest is history. I've done that 80 times now.
Nice.
The same thing.
That's absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So I think it's just what your audience is demanding, listening to what people want, and just giving them more of what they want. I think helped me get to the number of subscribers and views I have.
You found your niche.
Yes.
That's absolutely fantastic.
And I think you gotta just tell people why people need to keep coming back. Like you guys are giving a certain kind of people, a certain kind of audience, a certain kind of listeners, a certain kind of mindset, a reason to keep coming back and watching your content, right? Because mostly they'll be coming back for you. They want to just listen to you guys talking about whatever. And that is going to be your core catch.
So you found, like, once you got this channel going where you're asking questions about India, that was your big jump. Like, you just instantly started getting numbers at that point, or was there still a build from that, or did you, like, the second one after you saw that one from 2014, you put that second one up and had a huge, like, viewership?
So my content, it's for a certain audience. So it's for Indian people, and I had to sit down and write on a piece of paper one day as to what would they care about listening to.
Yeah.
It could be Indian movies. It could be Indian food. It could be India. It could be arranged marriages.
Yeah.
I have a video about Kama Sutra, like Americans on Kama Sutra. I have a video about...
I've heard about that. I've tried to get my wife into that. No, not happening.
Tried it once, got injured.
Yeah.
Never went back.
So I do have an episode on that. Make sure you go and watch
Oh,
that.
we will.
I will.
I'll try to put the wife onto that. You know, hey, baby, check this out.
So, I just keep testing. Every time I make a new video, I'm like, what could my core audience be interested to know about? And I do a lot of collaborations as well. So, I have other YouTube friends who may be in Nigeria, they could be in Russia, they could be in Germany.
Yeah.
And I, kind of like double down on the same topics and get their perspective of people from their countries about things Indian.
Right. That's phenomenal. Yeah, as I said, like we've both gone. We've checked out the channel. We've watched a bunch of clips. We've been on the floor dying. Like we actually had to we first started watching them as we were leaving Brampton. I'm sitting there driving in the truck. He's got the video up, and I'm listening and following along. And I'm like, dude, you got to put the videos away. We're gonna crash.
Yes.
Because I'm laughing so hard the tears are coming out of my eyes. I can't see anymore.
So now I know that I think my content can also be for Canadian.
It definitely. I think it could be for pretty much anybody because
maybe I'm targeting the wrong audience.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's great because, as I said, you're asking these questions about India to other people, and just watching people not necessarily fail at answering some of the questions, but the perspective that people have, on what they believe the answers are, and then you go and the way you clip it all together, the way you edit it and put in the stuff there, that in itself is funny. But then you also have that educational portion of it, right? Where it's, okay, what's the answer to this question here? Oh, well, that's this. Well, shit, I never fucking knew that. That's awesome. Like for me, I like to learn different things like that, but just even if people aren't into learning about shit, just the comedy aspect of it itself, the way you have it clipped together when people give just an absolutely absurd answer. Like there's the one guy that I remember where I think the meme came up on there, is this person high? And stuff like this. And then even reading some of the comments below, that guy was definitely high, whatever it was. And it was phenomenal. And I think the other one I liked was one of the ones that you collaborated with somebody from down in Austin, Texas, and asking the women outside the bar in questions about India and stuff like this, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, the Indian accent's very sexy," and this chick was completely hitting on the dude, and I'm like, "Wow, buddy's got game," this is unbelievable, So it was awesome.
Yeah, no, I definitely like comedy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, speaking of your videos and the way it's done, I think it'd be great right now if Nate and I actually tried to participate in one of your quizzes. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually got your camera set up right now, and so you can film this as well for your channel. And Nate and I are going to try to answer some questions about India. So folks, if you're paying attention, or if you haven't been paying attention to our episodes, you're about to find out how dumb we really are, okay? Because we know nothing about India.
my purpose in life was to come here and show to your audience the real you.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get this camera set up and let's answer some questions about India.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So who are we with today?
Nate and Greg from Nate and Greg's World.
Nate and Greg. Okay, Nate, I'm going to ask you first question about India.
Nate?
Oh, sorry, Greg. Nate. Yeah. Nate. Sorry. Nate, Nate, I'm going to ask you the first question about India.
Okay.
It is, what continent is India located in?
Continent. I got to remember my geography.
I know it's across the ocean. It's right beside Pakistan.
Yeah, but what continent?
What are my options?
That's not CD.
I'm gonna give you guys 3 options.
Okay.
Okay.
Canada, Japan, and Asia.
Asia.
Yeah.
I'm
Definitely
going
go
with
with Asia.
Asia. Do you guys think
that was
Asia is the
actually my
right answer?
guess, and then I thought it was really stupid, so I didn't say it.
Yeah, Asia could have been a hard one to guess as well.
Yeah.
I totally agree. That is right. Asia is the right answer.
Perfect.
Next question is, the capital of Canada is Toronto, as we all know.
Yes.
What is the capital of India?
Oh, I know this one.
Okay.
Do you want me to say it?
All right, go for it. Say it.
Delhi?
You're close.
Am I close?
Your pronunciation is pretty effed up, but you are right.
What is the pronunciation?
Delhi.
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 They're like,
Delhi.
oh, okay.
Greg, do you want to say Delhi?
Yeah, I'll say Delhi.
We both want to say Delhi together. All three of us want to say Delhi together.
Okay.
Delhi.
Delhi.
Delhi?
Delhi.
Okay.
Can we be more like sexy about it?
Delhi.
That's right.
Delhi. That's what I do when I go to Delhi.
That is true. That's what I
they got all the meats and stuff like that. The Delhi counter.
Sliced meat.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Post at it. This will all be good. Thanks, man. Next question, guys. This is gonna be an easy one for both of you.
Easy one.
No, wait. Why do you have to start with that?
Yeah.
Why do you have to say it's going to be fucking easy? Because now we're going to get it wrong. And we're going to be like, that was an easy one. The idiots didn't even get that right.
Yeah.
So, it's because I don't know. This
Just to make us look really bad.
I have no comeback for that. Okay. I do, because I am confident this is an easy one.
All right.
You do look like someone, Greg, that makes a lot of Indian food. I'd like you to name an Indian dish.
An Indian dish.
Any Indian dish.
Oh.
And you can't say
chicken marsala.
I wasn't expecting that.
I actually researched that one today. That was awesome.
That is correct. Did you also look at the recipe a little bit as to how you're going to make chicken marsala?
No, I know it has chicken in it, and that's about as far as it went.
Yeah. What about you, Nate?
What's in it, or another dish?
Another dish.
Another dish. I'm going to go with curry, rice, and chicken. Butter chicken.
When was the last time you had curry chicken and rice?
I love it. I used to make that all the time, man.
Have you ever had dal?
Have I ever had
dal?
Do you know what dal is?
Is that like a Barbie type thing with the hair? No, that's a doll. Okay.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Dow.
So why don't you guys write down in the comment section below, so that Nate and Greg can know what dal is. Write down in the comment section below what dal is.
Please help us out.
Dal.
The next question, guys, is, and you cannot say Sabby as an answer to this.
Okay.
Which is a very Indian name.
Okay.
But I'd like you to guess, or I'd like you to take one. No, I'll repeat this question. There's a lot of Indian people.
Yes.
In Toronto.
Okay.
So it's easy for my friends in Toronto when I ask them this question. But can you take an Indian name?
Kieran.
I know Russell Peters. That's about it.
When did you date Kieran?
When did I date?
Yes.
I didn't date Kieran. Yeah. It's just somebody that I know.
Yeah.
Is Kieran pretty?
He's a good-looking man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I want to meet this Kieran because he's taken a female's name and put to his name.
What about Symbol?
Symbol.
Is that?
Symbol.
Symbol.
Symbol can be an Indian name as well.
Okay.
Like hi-hats?
What could be the most common Indian name ever? Does anybody know that name?
Not a clue.
It's like the most common Indian name. If you look around, that name is there. I know it's hard.
I'd have to Google that.
I'll give you the answer.
Okay.
It's Raj.
Oh,
Raj?
Fuck, should have known that.
I wish you guys would know.
Yeah, it would have been
Who's going to know that?
I was expecting any Canadian to know Raj.
Yeah.
Any Canadian.
Yeah. Oh.
Hang my head.
There was the Simpsons guy. Could have said that.
That was Apu.
Yes.
Apu.
Yes.
Apu.
Why didn't you guess Apu?
I have no idea.
All those years watching The Simpsons.
Yeah.
The one thing that we could have taken from it.
Yes.
Was Apu.
Yeah.
And you could have used it today and aced
the test.
Aced the test.
Yeah.
You guys are 6 out of 7 down.
6
this
out of
is
7.
Good. You guys are doing really good.
Oh, well, all right. We'll take it.
We'll
take it.
Yeah. The last question, guys. Actually, sorry. The second last question is. You guys may have to do some editing here now. The second last question, guys, is. I'll start here. Have you guys ever seen Bollywood?
Bollywood. I think I've seen a few things, and I thought I saw Trudeau try to do.
No, I'll repeat it. Sorry, let me repeat this question.
Okay.
What is Bollywood?
That's your Hollywood.
That is correct.
Yeah,
that is correct. That's crazy. Have you ever seen?
Actually, apparently too. It's not like the full-on Hollywood type thing. It's more of your B-list Hollywood type stuff. If the research that we did earlier was correct. Yeah.
But Bollywood is just movies from Bombay.
Okay.
Mumbai used to be called Bombay before.
Okay.
And that's why Hollywood from Bombay is Bollywood.
Perfect.
That's why it's called Bollywood, because it's from Bombay.
It's from Bombay.
Bombay.
Yeah. We have a province called Tamil Nadu, and their Hollywood is called Tollywood.
Okay.
There's a place called Kolkata in India.
Yeah.
Their Hollywood is called Kolkata. No, what am I even saying? Their Hollywood.
I'm going to guess Collywood.
Collywood. That is right. There is Gujarat. Can you guess what their Hollywood is known as?
Gujarat?
Gollywood.
Collywood. No. What was the name of the place?
Gujarat. Starts with a G.
Gujarat.
It's Gollywood.
Okay. Well, all right.
That's where all the Patels are from.
Patels.
All the Patel. They own a lot of motels in the US. Yeah.
Patels and the motels. All right.
Patels own motels. Yeah. The last question, guys. This is the most important question.
Okay.
And one that you cannot mess up on.
Uh-oh.
Because this is a really sensitive question to Indians.
Okay. And
we love our prime minister.
So we're going to be hated.
Fuck. Yeah.
Now you have a president and a prime minister, right?
Yes, we do have a president and a prime minister.
Oh.
But we don't care about our president.
Okay.
Nobody cares. It's like Canada. It's a Commonwealth country, right? So just like Canada and the UK, we only care about our prime minister.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He's the popular guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So who is the prime minister of India?
Raj.
Yeah, Raj.
I'm going with the most popular name.
Yeah. Yeah, completely.
Raj Hapu.
I love that. I love this part.
I know this because I saw it, but I can't think now.
I'll let you guys. I'll do this. I want to make sure you guys get this one right.
Okay. Yes.
I want to make sure you guys get this one right. So
just to be clear, we're not assholes. We're just ignorant. We don't know.
We really don't know.
So what I'd like to do is I would allow you guys to check your phones if you get Wi-Fi here.
All right.
Google Prime Minister of India, and I want you guys to take his name, but individually, like looking at the whole name.
The whole name.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's a pretty long. It may take days.
Okay, I'll get the last part. You get his first name there because I can't. Hooked on Phonics did not work for me.
Let's do that.
Narendra.
Modi.
That is correct. Narendra Modi is correct.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So guys,
Google.
I think Nate and Greg have done a great job. Make sure you write down in the comment section below as to what you think about their performance. Also, let us know if you have any other questions that we can ask Nate and Greg. We'll make sure to call them on our podcast and ask them those questions that maybe I've missed out on. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and anybody else that would want to know what Canadians from small cities in Canada know about India. Thank you for watching and have a good day.
Fantastic.
Awesome. So we're we're going to switch the tables.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just finished answering your questions about India.
Yeah.
And if you want to see the full final cut, where I'm pretty sure he's going to throw in some memes and there's going to be lots of wonderful comments about how we answered all these questions, make sure you check out Sabby BG, his YouTube channel. It's fucking fantastic. Hopefully we'll figure out how to put the in below. We'll figure it out. But we are turning the tables now on you, sir.
But you guys know that I do get a little leverage, right? I've been in this country for 15 years.
Yes.
So if that actually that puts extra pressure on me.
Does.
Right? I just do not f up.
So do you want to go? Do you want to go question by question here?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay. So you want to start?
All right. Perfect. I will start here.
I'm on the hot seat.
So, Mr. Sabby, sir.
Yes.
In your questions, we talked about Bollywood. Okay. And the fact that it's, basically India's Hollywood. Well, which Canadian city is considered Hollywood North?
Jesus.
Oh, there we go.
It's not St. Thomas?
No, it's definitely not St. Thomas. I can guarantee that. Although there have been a few films.
We've had
here.
some big names make it to Hollywood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take two guesses to start with.
Okay.
It is either Vancouver or it's Montreal. I'm gonna go with Vancouver.
Oh,
you're the man.
He nails it.
He nails it
right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. No help. Jeez.
This is an easy one.
Honestly speaking, I did not know that.
Oh wow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic guess.
Yeah. I'm a good wild guesser.
BC's like an American city.
Yeah.
Everybody considers it a good part of America. So this is an easy one.
Yeah.
Okay, so which city in Canada has the largest mall in North America?
In all of North America.
Is it St. Thomas?
It is. Yes, it is. The Elgin Mall.
Yeah, the Elgin Mall. Yeah, there's about 5 stores.
Okay. So
no.
That's a tough one. Let me guess. Is it?
I'll give you a hint.
Yes.
It's out west.
Oh.
In Alberta.
Oh. It's the largest mall in North America.
Largest mall in North America.
It has a lake in it.
A lake, a water park, thousands of stores.
Wow.
Yeah. It was actually once joked around that they had more submarines in this mall than the entire Canadian Navy.
That mall is that big.
Yeah. Ice rinks and all this good stuff. I'll give you a hint.
Yes.
Another hint.
More than that?
I love.
Yeah, hints. I'm gonna give more hints because he was rather good with us with trying to guess Indian culture stuff.
That's true.
We fucked it up hard.
Yeah.
But starts with an E. Is the name of the city?
Elgin?
No.
Oh.
It's in Alberta.
It starts with an E.
E.
The city starts with an E.
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
It has a really shitty hockey team.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it the Edmonton Mall?
Yes, it is.
The mall is called Edmonton Mall as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sure, it's in Edmonton.
Yeah.
So we're going to call it the Edmonton Mall.
Yes.
I don't know if it has a different...
Largest mall in North America.
That is crazy. I did not know that. I did not.
Yeah, because I know for a long time there, Americans were trying to say that it was like the Mall of America was the largest, but actually it's still, because we actually just Googled it to verify that this is the true story, but the Edmonton Mall is the largest mall in North America.
Yeah, so fuck you,
yeah.
Mall of America.
we have
you
it.
ain't got shit on us.
Yeah.
We haven't gone to that mall, but we have it here.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, here we go. And this is a bit of a trick question, too.
I don't like the look on your face.
What is Canada's national sport?
So, tell me this.
I know.
Are you expecting me to guess this or no?
Oh, I'm hoping you can guess it. We'll see. Because I know you... Well, no.
Does
they
it
have
start,
a different one.
Does it start with an L?
Yes, it does.
Oh, shit.
Is there an A after that?
Yes, there is.
And is there a C?
Yes.
We're not very good spellers. So I don't know if you're right or not. After the third letter, we're out.
Yeah.
I was about to guess cricket.
That's it?
No, that's not it. No.
But yours
then it must be lacrosse.
Yes, it is. It is lacrosse. Lacrosse is actually our national sport. Actually, and it is, as I said, it's a trick question because we actually have 2 national sports, lacrosse and I'm sure you can guess the other one, starting with an H.
No, I start that game with an I. I know that affects Canadians.
Yeah. Yes. So lacrosse,
no, it is hockey.
Yes, lacrosse and hockey.
After being in Canada for that long, if I hear somebody say ice hockey, I get offended.
Yeah,
but dude,
it's hockey.
Go back to your country, or else call it hockey.
Oh, fantastic! Okay,
all right. Here you go. Another give me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 80% of the world's supply of what comes from Canada?
Oh, Jesus. You guys have water?
No, not water.
We don't give our water to anybody.
Oh, 80% of this to the world comes from Canada.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Well, 80% of Canada, from what I understand, or 80% of the world's fresh water is in Canada. I think I guessed the question incorrect, but must be oil.
No.
Like some kind of gas. It has to be some kind of gas.
Well, you might get gas if you have a lot of this.
Maybe.
I don't know. I've never heard anybody getting gas from this, but it is delicious.
I
know it is.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Very delicious.
Very sweet.
And sweet.
I'll give you one more hint. It comes from trees.
Oh, I don't know it. It is the gold syrup. Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
80% of the world's supply comes from Canada.
You know, I'm going to tell you a fun fact. I was addicted to maple syrup from 2007 to 2009.
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've been there.
How did you guys get over the addiction?
I went to Saudi Arabia and stayed there for 6 months.
Yeah, see, I did not have that option. They won't take me in. They're like a brown dude coming from with a Canadian passport to Saudi. It didn't make sense to them.
No.
I got diabetes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what terrifying addiction to it.
Yeah, I'm almost there.
Okay. Now, here's one. Where was Hawaiian pizza invented? And what's on a Hawaiian pizza?
Let's start with what's on it. Do you know what Hawaiian pizza is?
It's my favorite pizza, guys.
Nice.
Oh,
mine too.
I cannot now eat a pizza without pineapple on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have pineapple and
salami. Or chicken.
No.
I get chicken and pineapple, and I call it Hawaiian. But you can also have pepperoni.
No. Actually, a true Hawaiian pizza is pineapple and ham. And not Canadian bacon, which a lot of Americans seem to think is what we call ham. Ham is ham. Canadian bacon is Canadian bacon, which is also known as female bacon or back bacon. Yeah. But you talk to a lot of Americans, they're like, "Oh, look, I got some Canadian bacon." No, that's fucking ham, motherfucker.
I tried so hard to pretend that I'm a Canadian.
Yeah.
I gave it up on this one.
Yeah.
It is ham, you're correct.
Yes.
Now that I remember.
Okay, now here's the question. Where was it invented?
Canada.
Yes, it was invented in Canada.
Am I not a smart?
In Ontario. In Ontario. Actually, not too far from where we are right now.
About an hour away. And not towards your place.
No.
Windsor.
Oh, in between here and Windsor.
He probably doesn't even know this town.
No, that's true. Chatham, Ontario.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's where it was invented?
That's where it was invented.
Chatham, Ontario.
I've heard of it. I've heard of that city.
There you go. Well, now you know what it's famous for, creating Hawaiian pizza.
Now I know.
And I'll let you two have all the Hawaiian pizza you want, because I'm one of those firm believers. Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Oh, man.
That's me.
I think that tastes good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So last question.
And there is no gimmies. There is no hints for this.
Yeah.
No cell phone use, no nothing. You have to get this.
If you don't get this, I don't know.
The interview might be over.
Yeah,
it's going to be a sad ending.
People are going to question whether you're Canadian or not if you don't get this, for sure. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Which Canadian chain first opened in Hamilton in 1964? So it's a really popular chain in Canada.
Yeah. I came in to your house today with the answer in my hand.
You did.
It's a Tim Hortons.
It is Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
My favorite brand, Tim Hortons.
We have a win.
Yes.
We have a win back in Hamilton in 1964.
That's true. And I'll tell you this. I mean, maybe you may not understand this, born and raised in Canada, but Tim Hortons does a great job. And I tell this to my friends who come to Canada to visit me or just moved here. I tell them Tim Hortons does a great job in making you want it. Every time I come back traveling to Canada, they've made a store at the airport on purpose because they want to make you feel home right away. Yeah. And even though if I've had a coffee like 5 minutes before landing on the plane, I need a cup of Tim Hortons, a cup of coffee in my hand as soon as I land.
Oh yeah,
of course.
So you're right. It's a true
Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is like the American liquor store.
Yeah,
it's on every corner. I think they sell booze. We sell coffee.
Yeah,
I could have bought a condo easily with the full payment done if I saved money on how much money I've spent on Tim Hortons all my life.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like Tim Hortons is now so worldwide. It's unbelievable. I know of at least 2 Tim Hortons. Actually, no, correction. I know of at least 3. I've been to 3 Tim Hortons in Saudi Arabia, and I was blown away. It was absolutely fantastic because the 2 towns that I was staying in, the one every Friday, my coworker and myself, we take off. We go to do our groceries first thing on Friday morning, and then as soon as the groceries were done, I'd make that little beeline out of the way, go to the Tim Hortons, grab my coffee, and then make the way back to the villa to go and be there.
Does the coffee taste the same?
You know what? There's a little bit of a difference, but there's enough of home that it's like, okay, I can make it through another week of this.
Yeah. Well, Tim Hortons has changed anyways. It's American owned.
Yes.
So they gave up the original recipe, and I don't find it as good.
Yeah.
Now McDonald's has the original recipe for Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
At least that's what they say.
Hey, talking about Tim Hortons, did you hear that Justin Bieber recently made a comment that he doesn't like the new lid on the Tim Hortons cup?
I read something about that. I'm like, I just don't want to pay attention to this one now.
But the funny thing is, when I first saw this lid, I thought it's just for the Christmas time. And then when they kept giving it, even in Jan, I actually asked one of the ladies, I'm like, are you guys not going to get the last lid back? And she said, no, this is now our lid. And I remember I was sitting right next to my wife and I told her, I'm like, I do not like this lid.
Yeah.
And I don't think it has anything to do with the lid.
No.
It has everything to do with how I connected with Tim Hortons, even the shape of the cup. Yeah. And it's making me feel that, hey, I have to now shift.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. So Justin Bieber publicly said he does not like the lid.
Yeah.
And Tim Hortons has the audacity to continue to fucking serve their coffee with that lid?
Yeah.
Do they fucking know who Justin Bieber is?
Yeah, they better.
Well, I know that apparently they're actually taking his complaint rather seriously, from what I understand.
I should fucking hope so.
Yeah, I think it's, as you said, it's owned by an American brand, so maybe they don't care about it.
They don't give a shit about Justin Bieber, right?
Yeah. Justin better come back.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. We've now done the quiz from you about how much we know about India, which is pretty much sweet fuck all. And we've given you the Canadian quiz, which, well, you fucking aced the whole way through. So
I think you guys did a good job.
We feel a little bit of shame, with what we learned. So since apparently we don't know too much about Indian culture, let's find out a little bit about Indian culture here. So we have a bunch of questions, and you know what? We're going to start off with what we like to call asshole questions. Okay, these are all the stereotypes that everybody's heard and seen and stuff like this, and we've got a bunch of them here. So we want to know, are these stereotypes true? Maybe where do they come from? Where do you think these come from? And well, you might not. Yeah,
that's where they come from.
Oh, okay. They all come from white people.
Yeah.
But
do I have an option to pass?
Yes, you can pass if you really want to. But what was it? Where was I going with this?
Well, we're going to throw these out here.
Yeah, and so we want to know, how true are these, stuff like that, and just kind of let us know. What's your take on it? And like, well, we understand you're just one Indian here with us, so therefore you don't speak for the entire Indian world or entire Indian nation. We can at least get your perspective on it. So this would be fantastic. So apparently, one of the stereotypes is everybody in India knows how to properly charm a snake.
Yeah,
the whole snake charming stuff.
I don't understand why would that be even a question you would ask. I mean,
is it like fucking in school you have math?
Yeah,
math, history,
language, history, and snake charming.
No, those things come later.
Oh, okay.
First we have to master how to charm a snake.
Right. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So
I mastered that at about the age of 12.
Yeah,
I know how to charm it.
I think I was at a similar age too.
Yeah. When you really got involved heavy with that.
Yeah, I had to use some American magazines though.
Yes, they help. They help.
Yeah. So they really help.
Yeah, perfect.
That's how I learned.
Yeah. But real snake charming, as we've seen in the movies and stuff like this, with the snake coming out of the basket and stuff like that.
No, it's funny. I'll tell you. Actually, there's a very small sect of Indian snake charmers, and they all belong to the same family.
Oh,
it's
really?
a family thing.
Oh,
it's just that family. It doesn't mean there's only 20 people. It's just the last names in India. The way they were thousands of years ago was anybody with the last name, for example, called Johar.
Yeah,
if that's a last name, that is somebody it's a welder.
Okay.
So the last names had something to do with what you do.
Oh.
I saw something about that with sweeping.
Yeah.
When I was going through, there was a last name that they said the stereotype is if they have that last name, they're a sweeper.
Exactly. Well, there's not one. There could be multiple. I don't know, but the last names had to do with that. So anybody with the snake charmers were from this community of people or this town,
right?
And it's just that town grew and people left that place and they started performing other places. But it's just from that one village or one town.
Okay.
All the people there are snake charmers.
Fuck that! That's fucking interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a scary city to go to.
Yeah, because me and snakes. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I don't have no problem watching and looking at snakes in a cage or in an aquarium, type thing. But I really don't want them on me.
So you were not curious at age 12 how to charm your snake?
Oh, I had no problem charming my snake. Matter of fact, I believe I wrote a little book on it, 101 Ways to Charm Your Snake. But it didn't go. It didn't get published or anything like that. It was for my own personal.
Yeah, you can't pass it to other 12-year-olds. Right?
No, no.
You better keep it to your personal.
That's right.
Okay.
Man. So with India, another thing is that it's one, very, very poor.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of India is poor. And two, it's a very dirty country.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stereotype that I'm throwing out there.
Yeah.
Pass.
Okay.
So first question. It's poor. I mean, it's getting better, but it's still a poor country. I mean, you see if a corrupt economy has to manage over 1 billion people,
right?
There's going to be a lot of them that will be neglected.
For sure, because it's 1.4 billion, right?
It's getting there. It's 1.3 something. Right? It's 1.2 actually. 1.3 is China. We're gonna beat them in 2020.
Really?
Woo-hoo. Yes. So something to be proud about.
Yeah.
They, the poverty rate in India was over 60% 15 years ago. 60%.
60.
As in over 60% of the people were not making minimum wage.
Oh, shit.
That has come down to 45 because there's a big middle class in India.
Right.
A lot of the new companies and startups that started 15, 20 years ago, that gave boom to something called a middle class.
Right.
Which is basically just us typical Canadians. We have a house, maybe a boat, the lucky ones. And a couple of cars. That's the middle class in India. So there's a big boom in middle class, and that's almost 30% of India now. So that poverty rate is coming down with more and more people getting educated. But things are getting better in terms of that. The second question you asked was if it's a dirty country. Well, again, it depends. There's in India there's these classes. There's a upper class, there's a middle class, and there's the poor class.
Yeah.
The conditions in which the poor class lives in India, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have good sanitation. They don't have their own washrooms. They don't have houses to live. So they pretty much just have slums that are built between different buildings or in a construction area. So these are just nomad people. They would just live anywhere they could find shelter.
Right.
So, and that's what mostly highlighted in the media as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's those other sect as well, which is very rich, which is middle class. But then there's when you have 50% poverty rate, it's you can't say that my country is not like that.
Yeah.
The country is certainly, it's dealing with issues, and it will take, to be honest, 50, 100, I don't know how many years to get to maybe where the Western world is.
Right.
But it's progressing. It's making steps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think every country is.
Yes, for sure.
I feel in 300 years from now, a couple of 100 years, I think Russell Peters said that in one of his jokes as well. We all going to look the same.
Yeah.
The globalization is really happening.
For sure.
Yes.
You will see people are coming from there. They're living in the West, and slowly you will see the people over there adapting the Western world, and more people from the Western world getting comfortable to maybe move to countries that were second world countries now, but in 50 years are not. Like, for example, Dubai. Like, I don't see Canadians or Americans moving to Dubai 50 years ago. But now it may be a great opportunity for somebody that lives here, because they will not feel that they're going to a third world country.
Yeah.
So, things are changing, but it'll take time.
For sure.
Right on.
Nice.
Okay. I think the next thing I really want to cover. Now, this isn't so much of a stereotype, but this is something else that I'm kind of curious about. We've already mentioned this person before, and I know there was a huge stink about it with The Simpsons, Apu.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, were you offended by that character?
The honest answer is no, because I actually never saw Simpsons till I actually moved here.
Right.
Never actually even got into it. But I think now that I think about it, I do understand why it would upset certain people watching Apu. And especially people that are Indian people, but that would not resonate with Apu.
Right.
And I don't think these will be people from India. These will be mostly people of Indian ethnicity that grew up in US or Canada or in the West or in Europe, and they're not okay with how Apu, being an Indian person in America, is portrayed.
Right.
So I think that small percentage of people, I can see that why they may get offended.
Yeah.
But no, even if I see Apu now, I just find it funny, and I connect that with, I don't look at it from me being an Indian living in Canada perspective. I look at him being an Indian being shown on an American TV show, and I find that funny.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but anybody watching it also knows that.
Exactly.
So it's just funny.
Because that's kind of how I took it myself, like, especially when, like Simpsons, they've made fun of Canadians plenty of times. They did that one full episode there where Lisa ended up coming to Canada there, and they went through and they did so much stuff. And anytime people are making fun of Canadians, I'm laughing my ass off, because I'm like, it might not be true, but it kind of is, and it's funny, And I think the one comedian,
thing,
and I think the one comedian said it really well. The Canadians are just happy. Oh, look, they've included us. That's about it.
So I think anybody watching it who understands the show or any show, they understand that everything, all of that is an over exaggeration.
Yeah.
So it's just, you just take it in a different way altogether. Then
right on. Okay, perfect.
Beautiful.
Let's hit that one there. Yeah, I'm actually really curious about that.
So again, like, take this as that we don't know a lot about India. Okay, can you explain to us the relationship religiously with cows? What is the deal with?
You dare not ask me a question about my mother.
I'm not sure if that's a joke or not.
It's very private.
That's right.
Okay, I don't want to make fun about this topic as well. So in Indian mythology,
yes,
cow was the vehicle of our gods.
Okay.
So it's a part of the gods' kingdom.
Right.
And that's why we consider cows as our mothers. Now, it doesn't literally means that, we pray cows.
Yeah.
But it's there in the mythology. And I think if you go to India, you will just see cows walking as if it's
like a stray dog or something in the street.
Well, you don't see stray dogs in Canada as well, right? But the raccoon.
Okay, yes.
Cows are just walking everywhere like raccoons. So
it's a big fucking raccoon.
It's a big, the big one. Yeah. So that's why.
I mean, I run over raccoons with my car, and it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that is why this one causes a lot of traffic jams.
Yeah. Right.
Because if a cow is sitting in the middle of a road,
yes,
you dare not move that cow. You wait for that cow to make its own decision.
Yeah.
And move from there when he or she wants.
Because you're in a lot of trouble there if you hit a cow, right? Like if you end up hitting one.
You don't necessarily have to hit a cow. I mean, if the cow is really, to be candidly honest, if the cow is really stopping the traffic, somebody will go and just kind of like try to like move the cow.
Yeah.
And if you're beating the cow, just kind of like to move it from there, nobody's gonna come. Because see, at the end of the day, everybody is educated. We all understand that it's just stupidity, but it's just that. Because we didn't grow up eating cow, we never feel like eating a cow,
right?
As well as we don't care about a cow when we see a cow on the street,
right?
But to be honest, the condition of cows is really bad. I mean, they're just there, like nobody's taking care of them. So if we really treated cows as our god or mother, then I think we probably would have treated cows better, but we don't.
Right. Okay.
So I don't think we care too much about cows. That's the honest truth now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So cows losing its status.
So do you still stay away from beef now that you're in Canada, or are you going to get in trouble for answering this question?
No, I love burgers.
Do you? Okay.
I was thinking about it for a second. I was like, should I say it or not? But you know what? If my parents know I love beef, I don't care if anybody else what they think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that all my Indian friends, or most of them, do eat beef.
Yeah.
And we're not really actually scared to say that we eat beef anymore. I was actually seeing there was a very recent
Is this a funny story?
Yeah, it actually was going to be a very serious story.
Yeah.
So there was an article I saw in one of the newspapers. I don't read Indian newspapers anymore.
Yeah.
But I saw this article where one of the very big politicians in India is now not scared, they're just concerned that Indian kids outside of India are eating beef.
Really?
And I didn't understand why they released that article, but in India, beef is banned. Like you can't eat beef; it's banned for, I think, predominantly for religious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, these leaders will come out and talk like this to gain votes.
Yeah.
That hey, people. There's some people that is eating beef. It's not right, and I think the uneducated, poor people are gonna like the fact that this person is talking about it.
Okay, so here's my question then, because I know that my family drinks a lot of fucking cow's milk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so India, you're not going to be going and eating your cows and stuff like this. Do you get cow's milk?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's perfectly okay. We can milk the cow, just don't fucking eat it.
You can what? Just do that again. You can what?
Just milk the cow.
No. Do it like
I'm not doing that again because I know where you're going. Wrong thing, man. We've already talked about snake charming.
He did that well, though.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, wow.
You've milked a lot of cows.
Not even just one teat. It was like fucking just in there.
Now, I do trust you on your charming snake 101.
Yes.
You saw that.
That must have helped you milk the cows.
Oh, definitely.
In your milking cow days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, my milking cow days. Okay, so here's another question for you.
Yeah.
We know that yoga came from India. Do all Indians practice yoga? Because that's one of the stereotypes we found on the internet, that all Indians are masters of yoga.
What's yoga?
Yoga, the whole
that guy from Star Wars?
Yeah.
No, that's Yoda.
Right.
Do you know that yoga was derived from Kama Sutra?
Really?
If you take sex off of Kama Sutra, that's yoga.
Really?
So basically, it's like
it's simple science.
That has me looking at a bunch of different people in a different light, but I think that's my in with the old lady. I'll say we're going to go practice some yoga.
Yeah.
Couples yoga.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
That's how it starts.
So there was a Kama Sutra, then the yoga.
Yeah, when you add yoga and massage together, Kama Sutra happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just giving you a tip.
Okay. Perfect.
No, I've never done yoga in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something that I know is good for you.
Yes.
Is all I know about yoga. I do not know anybody in my family that has ever done even the why of yoga.
Wow.
Not even my distant family. I do have one friend, Indian friend on Instagram, who's a yoga teacher, is as far as I know anybody doing yoga.
Yeah.
No, so we do not do yoga.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do your accounting though. Don't ask us to do anything that has to do with working out. Yeah.
Really? I always see that was the other one was IT.
IT.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
That's the main focus is IT.
We used to do accounting, but there's more money in IT, so now we've moved on to we made the switch over. Yeah. But that is true. All of my friends, most of my friends, Indian friends, are IT people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a stereotype that's mostly true.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, and I also think it also could be because if you have an IT skill, it's really easily transferable. So a lot of these Indian people or my Indian friends that are in Canada that migrated was because they had a skill that was going to help them be employed really easily.
Yeah,
right. So if they come here, they know Java.
Yeah.
So it was. So I think it could be because of that as well. But if you go to India, it doesn't mean that all Indian people there are IT professionals. But in the Western world, a lot of Indian people I meet are IT professionals. So the stereotype of Indian people in North America being IT professionals, I think that's pretty correct.
Right. Okay.
So now you brought up that you were arranged marriage, like with your wife now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about arranged marriages because in India, there's still a large population there that do have arranged marriages. But you guys don't do dowries. Or do you do dowries?
I think it really depends on the family. Educated people do not believe in dowry. They will actually be against it because it became a stigma. Like the government made it a big deal that you do not do it. That's a bad thing.
Okay.
So any educated person, and education, as I said, education makes people more sane, right? And the poor people in India, maybe the uneducated people in India, they may still believe and get involved in the whole dowry thing, but it's not really a part of the rich or the middle class in India anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And what about arranged marriages? Is it still a large percentage?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty large. You know what? I think arranged marriages in today's world, like in India now, it's just a way to meet more women. It's just another way to meet more women. Your parents can make you meet somebody, and you may meet that person 10 times, 15, 20, 30 times, and then decide yourself. But it's just that now they're making you meet somebody that they know.
Oh, so it's the arranged marriages aren't necessarily like a forced marriage, like you are going to marry this person.
No.
It's more of you are going to meet this person, and we think that this is going to work out.
Yeah, definitely. Because as I said, I think it's getting more and more, the world is getting global.
Yeah.
So the kids, especially from today, it's going to be very difficult for a parent to just say, go and get married to this person. I think everybody, it may be a lot of younger people in India don't have exposure to, clubs or going out and parties. So a lot of guys are not exposed to women. Like they're not really involved in having a lot of girlfriends and all that stuff before they finish their education.
Right.
So when their parents make them meet a woman, that hey, here's your uncle's daughter or my friend's daughter, meet them. I think they end up making that decision. Hey, okay, I need to get laid, so let me just get married away.
That's right.
I think that's what it is. But I think it's now just an extra avenue to meet more people.
Okay.
You know, just meet more people. I don't think people are really forcing people to get arranged, to get married to somebody now.
Right.
Perfect. So just more the introduction.
Correct.
And then you do what you do after the introduction.
Yeah.
What about, like, in India, what about, like, premarital sex? Mm-hmm. Is that okay? Like, if you're with a girl, is it looked at? It's
happening more and more
taboo,
now. Or it would be. It would be like, even if kids of today in India are doing it, they're not discussing it with their family.
Right.
If as an Indian guy, I'm dating an Indian girl in India, I would want my parents to believe that we're not having anything physical. Not that they would not know.
Right.
It's just that it would be a taboo topic.
You don't talk about it.
Correct.
Right. Correct. Okay. So just staying on that for a second, there was something else that we found that was kind of curious to us. So when women marry into a family, so your wife marries you, and now is part of your family, we're under the understanding that no longer part of her family. She is part of your family and that now. Like,
she's responsible to your family now.
Yes. As opposed to her family that she grew up with.
Yeah. So, again, it really depends. If we talk about really the poor India, the one that's maybe poor, uneducated, sort of like the backward people, I think they still have that belief that if the daughter in the family is married, then she is now, everything to do with her is now with the family of the guy.
Right.
But I think, like, if I take an example of my wife, her parents are coming here for a couple of months next month, and then my parents are probably going to come here for a couple of months. She talks to her mom almost every day,
right?
And I talk to her mom every day. So I think again, it really depends. There's a very big difference between how the culture is in India between the poor class and the middle and the upper class.
Okay.
So I think the poor class, there may still be sort of like a stigma attached to a woman now coming back because she doesn't have a good relationship with the man. I think they don't really believe in that.
Okay. So it's more the rednecks of India that believe that.
Yeah, for lack of a better term.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I do understand that there are a lot of different languages being spoken in India. What are the main ones? Because here in Canada, apparently we have two official languages, French and English, but apparently there's only one province in Canada that is officially bilingual. And it's actually New Brunswick. I was kind of shocked to hear that one.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even think they spoke English there.
No.
I didn't know what the fuck they spoke.
No, you're thinking Newfoundland.
Oh, that's true. But that's close. But anyways, I do know that India has the second largest English-speaking population in the world.
No. Right, do you know why?
Why?
It's because we are the world's second largest population in the world as well. It's just too many. It's just too many people.
Yeah.
When you have that many people speaking English, you have just a lot of people speaking in English. So if our population is 1.2 billion people, and I'm guessing 30% of them probably speak English, that makes 300 million people that speak English. That's almost the whole of US speaking in English.
Yeah,
that's 10 times of Canada speaking in English. It's just that it's a large number of people that speak English, makes us the second largest country speaking English. But then we also have regional languages. In India, we have over 200 languages.
Holy shit.
And every 500 kilometers you go, the language changes. And when I say changes, it doesn't change, just slightly change. It changes as if it's a Japanese person speaking to somebody from France.
Wow.
Really?
It completely changes. I can barely speak with another Indian person if I'm not speaking in either English or if that person knows Hindi.
Right.
A lot of people do not know Hindi, and the only way for us to communicate then is English. We cannot communicate between each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I suppose with that many people there, you're bound to find people you just can't talk to.
But you think about India, right? Like it's got 1.3 or 1.2 whatever billion people, and its land mass is a third the size of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
That has 33 million.
Something like that. I don't know.
That, 33, 34 million. So, but we speak English and, well, French, maybe. But, like, and then you're talking about a landmass that small with that many people that every 500 kilometers or whatever you just said that you drive, it's a completely different fucking language, and there's 200 languages.
Yeah. It is true. And, we're taking two extreme examples. We're taking an example of a country that's massive in size and so massively small in number of people.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about a country that's smaller in size but massively big in population. Wow. But yes, in India, that's a lot of people do not know this. But it's true. We have every 500 to 1,000 kilometers you travel, the food completely changes. The way we dress, also not the Western. Everybody now wears pant and shirt and all of that. But if you make all the Indians dress up in their traditional dress, every 500 to 1,000 kilometer you'll notice that their complete attire changes as well.
Right.
The food changes completely, and the language changes. So everything really.
Fucking Trudeau's head would spin.
Oh my God! You'd have to have like a entire busload full of different wardrobes just to travel.
But here's my question. Okay, so you go 500. So when you go to another area where you don't speak the language, do they get pissy with you because you don't speak their language?
Yeah, they do.
Because that's what it's like here. Like if you go to fucking Quebec and you can't speak French, you're an asshole. Yeah. And they want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Is that what it's literally like?
It's absolutely like that. I've noticed that as well.
Right. Really?
Yeah. If I go to a certain part of the country and I cannot, and they don't know Hindi, and they don't know English, and I cannot communicate with them, I could see on their face they want to punch me on my face.
Really?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
And it's a big problem here as well. Like I was at a Bengali party. Bengali is our people, Indian people from the east side of India, which is called West Bengal. That's a province. Yeah. People are Bengali, and they were speaking the language is also called Bengali.
Yeah.
They were speaking that language, and there were 8 couples. My wife and I were the only people that were from the north part of India. We speak Punjabi.
Right.
And we could not understand a single word they were saying. So they were being nice to us. Every 5 minutes, they'll forget that they have somebody who's not Bengali here. Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll speak in English. Yeah. But every 30 seconds later, they're back to speaking in Bengali. And my wife and I were just like, okay, let's just chat to each other because we have no idea what they're saying. And I could see that they're getting a little pissy at us because they were like, because of these 2 people, we barely meet this group of Bengalis all together and where we can talk openly, only Bengali. So these 2 people are ruining that opportunity for us where we can just be ourselves and speak in our language.
Right.
So I could see that, people get a little pissy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck Bengali.
Awesome. Well, we've definitely learned a lot about Indian culture, and I know there's a shit ton more that we definitely need to learn. Stuff like this. So first off, thank you for coming in. Got a couple more questions for you, mainly about your YouTube channel. Like, what are your plans for the YouTube channel going forward from here?
Oh, I'm just gonna keep writing more and more questions about India.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna keep quizzing Canadians about it.
Oh, fantastic!
And get views and leverage that for views and subscribers.
Nice.
That's my plan. So no, I do have some 2020, everybody at the beginning of a year, they make plans. I was listening to one of your podcasts where you guys were talking about how you guys started with a content calendar, and then things get so busy that you're like, hey, okay, can you meet this Saturday? Are you available? And let's just meet up, and what are we talking about? And you guys just do it. So beginning of a year, again, I've charted out what I want to do. So certainly I'm going to keep my street interviews on. I'm going to do some podcasts. I'm gonna and maybe you guys can teach me a thing or two about how to do podcasts, because you guys are pro at it now.
Oh fuck
I'll do some.
About as pro at that as we're at India trivia.
Oh, then you guys are doing a good job. So that's it. I'm gonna just keep growing and keep hustling, just like you guys. And
so, what's your podcast gonna look like? What is it gonna be about?
My podcast. So my podcast, it's called Your Indian Abroad Spotlight.
Okay.
So I'm going to be talking to celebrities of Indian ethnicity that are doing really well, but the ones that belong to outside of India.
Right.
I don't think that they get a lot of highlight. So my podcast will be highlighting Indian people that are doing really well outside of India and just showcasing their talent back to my audience, which is predominantly in India.
Right on.
Nice.
Yeah. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's a theme that's never been covered. So again, the whole supply and demand thing, I think there's going to be demand of this topic. Nobody's supplying it. So I just want to be the one doing it.
Nice.
Perfect. And then you also have BG Media Consulting as well. Can you explain a little bit about that for any of our listeners that are kind of looking to do some stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I run a meetup group called Toronto YouTube Meetup. Started that 3 years ago. It was just a place for me to meet people that understand my language.
Right.
Because my wife does not. She's like, do whatever you need to do. I just don't have no idea and interest in whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was going insane, and I was like, where can I find people that talk just like me?
Yeah.
So I started this meetup group, and we're 700 members strong. But then once a month, when I would do the meetup, a lot of people would show up that want to do YouTube, and they were stuck. Right. And I was like, these guys need help, and I can help them because I have seen my own analytics. I understand how it works. I understand what videos of mine work, what do not work. So I just wanted to spread that knowledge, share that knowledge with other people. And then I started also noticing brands coming there as well and asking me, we have a YouTube channel, but how do we expand our growth, our reach? So it was a perfect opportunity for me to start, incorporate my skill set in a company form. Yeah. So I started with sabbybgmedia.com, and we help companies and brands, increase their views, get subscribers, build a tribe of loyal customers, and spread their message.
Well, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
We need a lot of that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, once again, thank you so much for making the trip from Brampton all the way out here to the wonderful, thriving metropolis of St. Thomas.
The sticks.
Out in the sticks, and sitting here giving us a bit of Indian culture, helping break down some of those stereotypes and stuff like that. Love to have you back again to talk more Indian culture, because I know there's going to be a lot more questions. I know I already have a ton of questions still, but we've been going for like ever right now. So I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for doing this.
Yeah.
This was amazing, guys.
So, and I hope we didn't make any of your viewers too upset.
Yeah. With our ignorance.
We'll see in the comment section.
I'm sure we will.
I think this was such a nice family bonding sort of podcast. It was so nice. I enjoyed it.
Perfect.
I know we did. Enjoyed having you, for sure.
All three of us enjoyed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe right here on Nate and Greg's World. And make sure you check out Sabby BG on YouTube.
Your favorite Indian abroad.
Yes, and like and subscribe to all his stuff there. Check it out. It's fucking hilarious. It's awesome. Until then, have a good one. Thanks again, Sabby, for being here, and we'll see you all next week.
We should all do namaste.
Oh, namaste.
Namaste. Goodbye.
Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Later.
Why are you so offended?